What up, everybody? It's your boy Ragnarok coming from Server 200. We have Season 5 grouping review. What the heck is that? I'm going to go ahead and look at every single server. We have 96 servers, 197 to 292. I'm going to review them. That's what's happening right now. Let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and smack that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the content. Let's go! What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Ragnarok coming from Server 200, and we are going to continue on our mission of looking at all the server sets, all the server groupings, and all the servers within them. We are at my server set, Server 200's grouping. So we always start in the top left. And in the top left quadrant, we have server 255. Let's go ahead and find a base. Let's see what's going on with server 255. All right. First thing we want to check out is their THP. Now, we don't know 255 going into this too well. Again, I can kind of tell that they've probably had somebody leave their server at one time, just how their rankings were. I bet they had a lot of other strength, but they are an American server, and their kills, I'm going to hit the wrong button here, is not too high. So I imagine someone big left. So we're going to go ahead and look at my little sheet here that always helps us getting us some idea of what was happening here. Wow, they were higher than I thought. 255. So they actually had a gold spot last time. Oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. FIF or FIF, they were the strongest there. So they all left, it looks like. I believe FIF, if I'm hearing it, remembering correctly, is on 284 now. They definitely had 2 gold spots, 2 strong players that left, or at least 1 strong player that left, and probably a good purple. So sad to see, right? That an American server like this definitely got weaker, but you know what? That happens in the game. Drama will kill things. People, can't agree on stuff, but so far, just talking and hanging out with 255, they've been really nice to us, trying to work with us in little ways, just at least communicating on what their ideas and objectives are. So love to see 255. They've been awesome. Hopefully they get some, players in the transfer. Good luck to them. Moving right along to the right here. I start laughing. Server 220. If you guys don't know about Server 220, you guys should know about Server 220. Probably, if not the best, one of the best servers there is. And I'm going to break this down for you guys. Server 220, giving you a little bit of history here. They are from our original server set, so we've known them the entire time. They are primarily Korean, but like mostly all Asian, right? So mostly Korean. They have a lot of Taiwanese players as well at the very top end. So they have Taiwanese, you have some Korean folks. Ultimately, these guys are just a cut above everyone else. And I'll show that through the rankings from a transfer set to even give some information. But like we just looked at 255, they had a 400 and I think 300. So you're looking at like their 4 and 5 would probably compete pretty well with their 1 and 2. That's how good these guys are, right? So when you look at BZU that has 1.6 billion kills, it's just ridiculous. BZU has to be top 2, top 3 alliances, maybe number 1, if you will, in our server set. Like that's how good they are. Then you have another one that has 1 billion in KWS. So these guys are freaks. These guys are so good. You got to look at other things here. Just individual kills, right? I've obviously interviewed Retta. He's the killer. He's the destroyer. This guy just kills for fun. You just got to know that that's going to happen if you're going to go ahead and go against these guys head to head. Total hero power, just sit here in awe. There's just not a lot of servers that have this type of power. When people are talking about a mega server, you're looking at it right now. This is what a mega server looks like. And then you sprinkle in participation and then also how they win. They're just like unbelievably like nice and like all gentlemen and just really awesome people. Like they're just awesome. I can't say anything negative about them because there isn't anything negative about them. I can try to find holes in their game, but 220 works together symbiotically, is just what you want to see from a server set. I mean, look at this, guys. They have 32 players over 200 THP. The only thing I think I like, if I'm really trying to like find something that would be wrong with them, they're very heavy in BZU, right? So they obviously they have this player here. His name's Dave. Super cool. He's their KWS guy. It takes a little while before you get to another KWS. You got B and H, which I like to see, but finally at 12 you get that, and there's still tons of power. So that'd be the only thing I could probably say that possibly, if I'm just trying to find some critique with them whatsoever. But let's look at this. So how did we get? Because obviously we're in here as well as Server 200. How did Server 200 get here? Number one from the last transfer ranking, right? This is pre-transfer, so obviously this will change a little bit. Was the 263 and 252, and if you don't know, they're fighting each other. Then it goes 220. Funny enough, though, right? 220 fought 252 in the last season, and they beat them. So I would have thought they would actually got them. Where is 200? So 200, we're way down here. Now, I don't agree with all of this. Who's above me? Now, that's just me personally. And I think possibly after transfers, we definitely moved up. If I had to assume, we're probably in this 4th or 5th. And maybe from the developer standpoint, when they were doing the idea of essentially matchmaking, they probably were going to put, and that's the only way I think how this works is, we grew enough to where we're in the 4th spot now over 260. That's what I would have to think. And so they just matched up, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. The problem with this is, and even as you're looking at it right here, look at the transfer score, 32-38. There is a significant drop off from 3 to 4, 300. Now, I am super surprised that there is a significant drop off from 2 to 3, and I would debate that heavily because they beat them. So very, very interesting to see, very interesting on my scope. But I would have loved to see these three probably going into the same server set together for season 5. That'd probably be the most fair, because those are the guys that can beat each other up the most. I think that'd probably be most fair. I'd love to hear your guys' comments on that. But no, just moving right along, just continuing on our server set. I am not wishing 220 any luck. They're the enemy, but they're gonna cruise, man. They don't need the luck. They're just gonna demolish everyone. So awesome server. Wish you guys nothing but the great things for the future, because you guys are awesome. Love servers 220. Big fan, obviously. Moving right along, 289. Didn't know 289 too well before, but now after talking to some of them, super nice, great power. 289 has awesome power. Just really missing probably that really big strong player that would be like a massive VIP 18. But I mean, look at their depth. Really good depth, right? So 21 folks that are over 200 THP, led by 2 different server alliances. Now, one thing that I was looking at right here, pretty close, which I like to see. So you definitely have those 2 different alliances kind of leading the way. But ultimately, a very good Korean-based server. Now, let's go ahead and look really quickly at this. 289. Where was 289? Oh, 289. So towards the top end of that area where they could get a gold. I wonder if they got a gold. Not sure. So it's going to be interesting if they got a gold and now are in that limited set. I don't think they are. If I had to guess, I think they can still get another gold. So that would be awesome for them to. Could you imagine them getting like a VIP 18, like a strong one, like 450 THP or more? They would be a problem for a lot of servers. So that would be cool to see. So 289, in my opinion, definitely has a upward trajectory. So doing great things. So definitely a lot of competition so far. Moving right along. Let's go ahead and look at next ones. 221, our old friends from our server set. So 221, an American-based server that does have a sprinkle of some Europeans. And I'd like to start off with saying their R5 is awesome. If you guys don't know him already, Quack Kill from 221. Just an awesome guy. Super easy to work with. Also, just very smart, cutting edge, thinking about the game. You need that from a person that's running the server. So you can tell lots of power at the top with Apex. Alliance kills right at that 1 billion mark. I've always said, my standard is that 1 billion to be elite. They're right there. So definitely one of those better alliances at the very top. And then when we get to the power, DGU Wasberg, he's that that sprinkle I said of Europeans. They have some Europeans in here. Pipon I think is for Spanish if I remember. So they definitely have that good core strength, as you guys can see here. Very good. Depth, would like it to be a little bit better, but you know what? Like pretty darn good. Like 21. No, this is great. 22. So 22. I think the problem that you're going to see with a lot of alliances like this is they're getting matched up in a server set like mine, where we're going to have to fight the 289s, we're going to have to fight the 220s, and they're going to have to fight 200 or whatever it is. So that's the toughest part for a 221, but ultimately doing a lot of the positive things. They had a gold seat, I remember last time. They did fill it. So they're definitely in the upward trajectory. I think they're in the middle of the road, if I remember. 221. Let's see here. 221. Yep. Middle of the road. They might be able to get another gold. So that would be awesome for them, again, if they can get one of those really big VIP 18 players. Like, how much would that actually change them? It could really help them, right? Let's move along. Good luck to 221. Good luck to you guys. You guys are awesome. Keep it going. 266. Now, only way we really knew 266 was SVS. We had them in SVS. Super nice. They're a Korean-based server. ARK, DLB, OMO. These guys have really been active. A lot of activity here, which is really cool to see early on this season. And very strategic. Their R5 is Yoon. However, they've done a name change, I believe, now to June. So definitely very, very nice people, willing to work with folks. Love to see that. And don't really have much bad things to say about 266. I think their main problem is what a lot of folks are having. They have that, 19, 18 odd people right at that 200 THP mark. They're really just missing that top end player, right? To actually start becoming like an elite server. So it will be interesting to see what happens to 266. I do believe they might have a chance of also getting a gold seat. Let's see. Okay, a little higher. Okay. So I wonder if they lost a few players for them to be this high. Because I think they probably did. And I think they're going to be able to have a chance now of actually getting a bigger gold player. So that will be cool to see from 266 standpoint. Good luck to 266 this season. And we're going to keep on moving along. All right. I think it's us. Yes. Server 200. All right. You guys want the skinny of server 200? You got it. All right. Let's start. Alliance kills. All right, we both have two server alliances that have over 1 billion kills, so that's awesome to see. That objectively, I would say that's amazing. Mostly an American server, sprinkle of a little bit of Europeans with APCX, and we just have a lot of good people here. Not a lot of drama. I've been told we are like the grandpa server, very quiet, no drama, kind of boring at times. So that can definitely be true. So not a lot's going on at server 200 in terms of just outside chaos. Let's look at the THP. So you guys know who Deadlights is. If you don't know, here he is. Congratulations. Just an ultra whale. Definitely been on server 200 the entire time. Now, the big pickups for us were our purples last round. We were able to get Attic and also Tally. These guys have been absolutely fantastic in creating and really honing that HOK alliance and making them a legit number 2 alliance. They're fantastic. Then you kind of sprinkle down here. We just have lots and lots of depth, as you can see. up to 200 THP, 33 guys, right? You know it. So it's fantastic to see the Warzone is growing in a very positive way. And my Warzone really works together really well with each other. We all talk, everyone has a voice, which is amazing. I think it's cool that we all hop on Discord voice for a lot of events collectively as a server, not just as an alliance. So we have a lot of great things like that going on, which highlights, I think, Server 200 doing really well. Now, going back to let's check out where we were at, right? Server 200. We were at, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pre-transfer, we were ranked 6. I do believe we are higher ranked than 257. I do believe we're higher ranked than 203 at this time. I think our best situation for a fight, candidly, would be 260. And we haven't actually reviewed 260, but I looked at their subset of their server. I think we're very similar to them. In terms of strength. And we haven't fought them. So that'd be awesome to fight 260 just to see what that looks like. But yeah, us fighting 220, I think is the developers just saying, hey, so someone has to fight one of these three because they were not going to put all three of them together. I wish they did. That would be more fair for everyone else because the trajectory of this season for 200, I haven't gotten to projections yet, but predictions. We're gonna have to go through 220, and just really, good luck, So good luck to 200 and all the other alliances there. We definitely have an uphill battle of securing the top spot. Let's keep on moving along. 225, also originally from our server set. These folks, super nice. Definitely one of those wide open servers in terms of they just don't have a lot going on here in terms of power. They're really, really missing that. So they're going to be able to have 2 gold seats at the end of the day. As you can see, their depth is really missing. Doesn't mean they're a bad alliances here or bad servers. No, they've actually been super nice and helpful trying to work with us in little ways. So MXK, I believe, is from 227 originally. WAF, We Are the Family, are originally from here, and they've just been picked apart. I think there's a lot of Europeans here, and I think MXK has a good blend of both, but also Spanish and South American players as well. So want to keep on moving on. I think they're going to have trouble this season, but if you play your cards right, you can actually take spots at the right time. So it's going to be tough for them. But 238 is the ones, next here. 238. Let's take a real quick look at them now. They were on the other side of a bracket from us, from SVS. So we haven't really had too much interaction with them before. Just looking at their THP at the get-go, it'll catch you for surprise. They have a lot of good strength here. And when you start going down, you're like, okay, it ended pretty quickly at 19. Still not bad at all. I thought there would be more just based off the top end. The top end is great, right? So you have Frost and Killaby, and I like that they're in different alliances. Initially, they are very active on World Chat. If you want to see a World Chat that is very active, go check out 238. They are singing, they're talking crap to each other, they're having a great time. So there's a lot going on in 238, which is, for some servers, that's exactly what people want. For others, not at all what they want. But it's funny to see from afar. At least from that standpoint. Let's go ahead and look at their power a little bit. So D2F, 27 billion, 26 billion with these folks. Extremely strong 2 servers, right? So it's really awesome to see. Let's see their alliance kills. So love to see this. So exactly shows you that they're not just strong, they're active. Very, very strong. If I had to assume, this is probably our 3rd strongest alliance coming from 238 in the server set. And then 4FS, still respectful, but there's a lot of strength there. So I'm sure they're on the up and up. All right. So good luck to 238 coming down the pipe from you guys. Let's do a little predictions. So We've looked at all the servers. You guys can see how people are progressing here in the mud. But like overall, what I would say what's going to happen, there's some people definitely aligning themselves well with each other, and it just makes sense, right? 220 is Korean and has Taiwanese. 289 is all Korean. They're both right next to each other. They're going to probably talk and probably create some type of, pack of some sort. That's what I would think. 220, number one, BZU is just going to steamroll us at ULT. So there's just no way, and heck, like anything is going to come from us trying to compete with them. They're just better. They just have way stronger folks. They have another VIP 18 in BZU that will just beat us up. So we can't necessarily compete with them head to head. So that's going to be super tough. So I definitely see BZU taking the number one spot without a doubt. And 220, at the end of the day, will hold the Palace. They're beasts. Number two, I think we will definitely figure out a way to get number two. ULT should. Having said that, this is where it gets really tricky. HOK from our server is super duper strong, as is KWS. And then last but not least, definitely not least, D2F is probably the third strongest. So those three are going to have to figure some stuff out on how they coexist or actually destroy each other. So those three are going to make up that 3, 4, 5 spots for placement for high rewards. If I had to guess, it's going to come from server 220 or server 200 that gets that third spot, just because I think the other alliances around there will help those folks out. So those are my predictions for 1, 2, and 3. Ultimately, good luck to everybody that is competing. And this is Ragnarok, over and out. Let's go.